Thousands of people are in Moscow paying their final respects to the late Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. Today's funeral and burial were held under a heavy police presence. Navalny died suddenly in an Arctic penal colony 2 weeks ago. He was considered President Vladimir Putin's fiercest critic. Some Western leaders blame Putin for Navalny's death, an accusation the Kremlin denies. Mary Ilyushina is a Russia reporter and joins us now from Riga, Latvia. Mary, thanks for joining us. You know, we have seen people arrested for mourning Navalny and for their connection to him. How likely is it that we'll see more of that after today?
Hello. Yes, several hundred people have been arrested since his death for public displays of sympathy and sorrow for his family. Today, we've seen so far very sporadic arrests. There was a journalist that was detained and a member of the longtime opposition party, Yabloko. So far, there haven't been widespread protests, but there has been a warning from the Kremlin that people who will take part in what they called unauthorized demonstrations will be punished according to the law. The spokesperson for the Kremlin did not specify what those rallies would be, but there is a risky moment as the cemetery where Navalny has been buried is officially closed now, but people are still trickling in. And if the law enforcement present will start pushing people out, that could create some tensions and potentially lead to arrests.
So against that backdrop, Mary, where you have clearly a danger for people who choose to express their grief for Navalny, what challenges does Navalny's overall legacy face moving forward in that environment?
Well, he always said and always kind of told his supporters to never feel despair, and despair is definitely palpable today because for a lot of people he was a symbol of hope and a symbol for potential change in the future. And now with him gone, it's kind of a big gap in this opposition movement. Who's going to replace him? His wife has stepped up to potentially lead this movement, but most of his network is in exile. There is no one of that same scale currently in Russia who could unite a fractured opposition behind him or her or them. So it's very difficult to kind of replace Navalny in a way, especially when there is very, very little space for any kind of dissent in Russia right now.
And Mary, I wonder where all of this leaves Vladimir Putin. I mean, has public opinion of Putin shifted at all in the 2 weeks since Navalny's death?
Well, it's very difficult to gauge public opinion in Russia because of how closed off everything is. Polls are not entirely reliable, so it's kind of hard to assess this immediate change. We know there's definitely what we've seen today shows that there is still a lot of demand for change and freedom and kind of liberal course for Russia because we saw tens of thousands of people come to the streets. There is a presidential election upcoming in around a month, so we'll have to obviously monitor what the Kremlin does next. We've seen two former presidential hopefuls attend Navalny's Navalny's funeral, but they were both barred from running in the election.
All right, we'll continue to watch it. Mary Ilyushina, Mary, thank you very much.